Is Israel purposely starving the people in Gaza? And why are they reluctant to let journalists in and do some reporting on what's going on? Take a look at this clip over here with Bill O'Reilly talking about the situation in Gaza, and then we'll talk about the journalist situation. So we'll watch this clip together and then talk about it. But first, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Check this out.
So I got a lot of mail about Gaza, is Israel the oppressor, all of this kind of stuff. It's impossible to really analyze what's going on over there, even as somebody like me, we have very good contacts, because there's no reporting out of Gaza. It's like Russia, very hard to get anything out of there, all right? You can't, as a reporter, go into Gaza. It's too dangerous. So the only reporting you get is from the Hamas side, propaganda, and the Israeli side, propaganda. You don't get any objective situations. Well, over the weekend, Solomon, what's her name now? Feliz Solomon, woman, all right, writes an article that I thought was excellent. I'll just give you a little portion of it. Quote, the World Food Program says almost 95% of its trucks entering the Gaza Strip are looted before they reach their destination. Says the only solution is to flood the enclave with food until scarcity no longer drives civilians to risk their lives for a bag of flour, or provides an opportunity for militants and criminals to exploit their desperation. So I believe that is true. That food, as soon as it gets into Gaza, is stolen. The people are overwhelmed because Hamas and the gangsters have the guns. And then as the article continues, they sell the food, the criminals and the terrorists, at way inflated prices. Now, what is Israel supposed to do about that? What? I guess they could go in, and I think this has happened, and guard the trucks, but then when the people surge to try to get the food, then the Israeli army has to push them back violently. So this is a really, really terrible, terrible situation. As long as you have Hamas, terrorists will do anything, controlling that area, you're going to have stuff like this.
So there are a few reasons why Israel does not want journalists going into Gaza. Number one actually is because of the safety of the journalists. As was said over here, the structure of how the war is situated in Gaza, it's urban warfare. The entire Gaza is only 140 square miles. It's not a big area, yet it's one of the most densely populated areas in the world, 140 square miles with about 2 million people living there. That the structure of the war, of the war zone, is different than it is in other places. And so the safety is something that is very important to be able to be preserved. It's like a bunch of people saying that they want to go into a burning skyscraper. Even if they want to go, you're not going to let them go into the burning skyscraper because it's collapsing all around them. They're going to get hurt if they're going to go in there. Secondly, Hamas controls all of the information, all of the media that goes on inside of Gaza. Journalists can't just freely go walk around and film freely or interview freely without risking arrest or worse. Any access that they're granted in Gaza is something that is supervised and staged. Letting reporters into Gaza is like sending a food critic to review a restaurant where the chef holds them at knife points and tells them exactly what they're supposed to say and write. Also because of how densely populated everything is, how small an area it is that we're talking about, journalists could also inadvertently reveal troop positions, planned raids, military attacks, even by just filming in the background of a scene that they're doing. They could be interviewing right here. What's going on in the background could be revealing. Hamas could use that footage for their own targeting. It's like letting a live sports commentator walk into the huddle of the opposing team during a football game, and then you broadcast the playbook to the opposing team in real time. That's the concern as well. Another issue that comes up is a responsibility under international law. If Israel knowingly lets civilians, including journalists, into a very high-risk area, into a high-risk combat zone that it controls access to, it could be held legally responsible for their safety. It's like letting people, it's like you're the owner of a construction site that's full of electrical wires and falling debris. If you let people in without protection and they get hurt, you're liable. Unfortunately, Israel also has past experience with propaganda manipulation. In past conflicts that Israel has been involved with, footage from Gaza has been staged, has been doctored by Hamas, or real tragedies were selectively edited to hide Hamas's role in them. And so allowing entry of journalists risks giving more propaganda to Hamas, validating Hamas more. Look, it's on CNN, it's on BBC, it's on whoever. That is something that they need to be concerned about. It's like in a courtroom where one side gets to handpick all of the evidence that the jury sees, but you know that all of it is coming from the criminal's PR team. It's not about hiding anything. It's about safety, security, and truth. Gaza today is a burning building that's run by a gang that tells you what you're allowed to do and what you're allowed to see. Letting reporters in freely would risk their life, would expose military plans, and hand Hamas another propaganda weapon. If you like this content overall, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Take care.